Hi everyone, I'm Tony Jackson and here is your monthly reading for August 2019. And as you can see, I'm in a different position, a different place this month. I'm actually away on holidays, so it was time to do the video, so I thought let's get the filming done while I'm away. I've got this beautiful view here out to the mountains in far north Queensland in Cairns, so having a wonderful time. The weather's beautiful, 26 degrees today, nice and sunny. Anyway, let's get on with the reading for this month. If you remembered last month, we kind of had to balance ourselves because I believe that the year was divided into two sections, and this is the information I was actually given for the yearly reading. The first 6 months felt like we were releasing, and the second 6 months, which we're in now, is sort of like we're moving on. We're ready to align with the energies of this year, and things are starting to move along. You should be sort of starting to find that you're getting guidance to do things. You might have ideas. You're finding things are actually starting to move forward a little bit more now in the second 6 months than possibly they were in the first half of the year. So, and that was the last reading, that we were aligning and grounding ourselves with this energy of the second part of the year. So what I actually wanted to talk about for this month was the collective consciousness, or the collective agreements that we all have. So basically it's what the majority of people think and believe, although there can be pockets of collective consciousness. So there's a pocket of people that believe a certain thing. Sometimes it's the whole country. Sometimes there's general things on the whole planet that we believe. Some of these agreements are meant to be, so we come into this life with a certain amount of agreements, and you could imagine things like gravity and breathing air and eating food and those sort of things, and the countries are separated. They may be a collective agreement that you actually came into this lifetime with. There are some that we call that preordained. It was pre-decided that that's what you would believe, and we don't really want to change that. We don't want to change gravity or change that we breathe air, because it's a necessity. I believe it is an advantage for us in this physical life to believe those things. But I believe some of these lesser or more individual collective agreements can be starting to affect us. Now, as spiritual beings, as we're going through this shift of consciousness, as certain people have decided to shift their consciousness, because not everybody, I feel, probably not everybody's actually going to shift their consciousness or want to shift them. So they'll go to a level where they don't have to do that. But if you are deciding, and most probably you're watching this, so you have decided that you are probably well along the way to shifting your consciousness, you may find that these mass agreements or mass beliefs or mass consciousness is actually beginning to affect you. Now, I actually was thinking this month we should do a healing where we sort of, counteract these mass agreements or mass consciousness. Now, we want to keep the ones like breathing, eating, and gravity, and there's probably others, but these other ones that are sort of like optional, I guess, we want to start overcoming or overriding. Now, even if a mass of people believe a certain thing, let's take religion or political beliefs or something like that, where you have a mass group of people believing in a certain way and you don't, the energy of that obviously can begin to affect you and pull you in a direction or a certain way that may not be for your highest good. Now, I was going to say, let's do a healing to counteract that or oppose that, but then I thought, no, we really need to harmonize with these mass consciousness beliefs, accept and harmonize, and then move above. So there may be many others. I just haven't thought of them all. I just think some of them, like the political things and the religious things, it doesn't matter really what people believe. We don't really need to change people's beliefs. We just need to strengthen our own alignment with our own beliefs and where we're going with ourselves. Your own alignment is the most important. So you aligning with yourself and your own beliefs without fear, without, sort of doubt in a way, and not being affected by these other groups of mass consciousness. Now, we don't want to oppose them as such. We just don't want to be affected by them, and we don't want to align with their fear energy. There's no good trying to change people's beliefs, because everybody's entitled to their own beliefs, even if it appears wrong to you. it's actually an advantage to have many different beliefs and many different ideas. So, and what it's doing, it's helping you strengthen your alignment with your own. So we don't want to actually oppose their beliefs. We want to harmonize with them and rise above them, or harmonize with them and make and not allow their energies to interfere with our own energies. So accept, harmonize, and sort of rise above it. Not even rise above it, strengthen your own alignment, if that makes sense. So you're no longer affected by others' mass beliefs. Because if you've got a belief of a certain thing, there's no way you can change people's, you don't want to get into arguments about trying to change people's beliefs, because it's not really about changing. Even if these pockets of negative, what appears to us to be negative beliefs, you want to change it to help you, you're better just to align with your own self, your own belief, and accept where they are and let it strengthen you. So we're going to harmonize with those beliefs rather than oppose it. Because we have to accept that people will believe different things, and that's part of the wonderful energy of creation, that we all have different beliefs, even if they appear negative to us, which they may well be. We have to allow that to strengthen our own alignment. So actually the contrast will actually help us to align with ourselves and reaffirm our own belief system, if that makes sense. Now, I've got a little bit of fear here. So we're actually fearing going above or aligning with our own selves. Say if you've got a religious belief that it seems to be affecting you, that other people believe something about a certain religion. It's not about trying to change them. It's not about going into fear and worry about where they're going to go with their belief. It's not about trying to change them. It's not about going into fear, as I said. It's about using that to say, well, now I really strongly more believe what I believe. And that's going to take you into a new level. If you're too worried about, we can observe, we can have an opinion, obviously, but we don't want to get caught up in the negativity, our negative reaction to what we believe it may be wrong. Now, we could use this for our political beliefs too, isn't it? Because when you have somebody who's in power, you can say, well, I don't agree with them. I don't like what they're doing, and it's affecting me. Yes, but you have to somehow use that negative energy to strengthen your own beliefs and your own alignment, because that's eventually what's going to take you to align with where you need to go. So you have to think of things like you're watching a movie sometimes and not get too stuck in what others believe, even if they're the head of your country or the head of your organization. Without opposing them, allow that to somehow strengthen and form your own alignment and your own belief, if that makes sense. So what's happening for this month is we're somehow allowing the collective consciousness, even if it's negative, to knock us out of our own alignment. So we are unable to find our own alignment because of these negative beliefs and negative systems that are around us. And I understand that they might be in charge, or they might be the government, but you have to find a way to allow that somehow to strengthen your own belief and your own alignment. It's like using it to catapult yourself higher. We have a little bit of fear of doing this. So really what we're doing, we're really just strengthening our own alignment and belief systems, no matter what's going on around us. But the guidance I was given is this month, have a look at how these collective consciousness pockets or collective agreements are actually affecting our own personal alignment. Now we have a little bit of fear here, and the fear would be actually strengthening our own alignment regardless of what's going on with these collective consciousness agreements. I'm just using government and religion as one example. There may be other examples, like in your neighborhood or your town that you live in, that you may have to feel that you need to oppose certain things. But I'll just ask the angels now. We're going to do a little bit of healing on this now. The first thing I'm getting is a tad of fear, just a tad of fear. I ask the angels, Archangel Michael, higher self, to release any fear about aligning with our own truth, really, about harmonizing with the collective agreement, the collective consciousness, and really rising above it in a way. Rising above it would mean that you're strengthening your own alignment. It's my free will and choice to ask my guides, angels, and higher self to strengthen my alignment with my own higher self and guides, reinforce my own agreements. I align with my higher self and guides and harmonize with those pockets of collective agreement. It's my free will and choice to ask my higher self to harmonize with those collective agreements or harmonize with the mass consciousness. Now, why I'm saying harmonize is because it's better to accept and blend it than kind of oppose it. Blend it, not agree with it, harmonize with it will help you to move above it. So if you've got something that really, like somebody might be in power that you disagree with, rather than so much opposing it, because that opposition is going to take you out of alignment. So you find it feels stuck, don't you? Actually, try, you may not agree with it, but try asking your higher self to help you to harmonize with that. Now, I'm not saying help you to accept it. I'm saying help you to harmonize with their belief system, which will then help you to say, well, it's not affecting me actually as much as I thought, and now I'm choosing to. So you might be thinking, how is that going to help you? Well, the most important thing is your own alignment. It's not what's going on around you. So first of all, harmonize with any mass consciousness beliefs, and then ask your higher self to help you to rise above it. Now, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because you would believe that the governments or the religious organizations, they have the power, but they actually don't. The power lies within you and your alignment and your beliefs. So if you're opposing it too much, you're actually going to end up putting yourself out. So if you harmonize with it and ask to rise above it, you'll find quite an interesting thing will happen. So just try that and see what happens. We had a little bit of fear of actually going into this because you feel like you're like a rebel or something and going against the whole world. Well, actually, in a way you are. You're going against what everyone else believes to find your own alignment, and that's the most important thing. It's my free will and choice to rise above the collective consciousness, to harmonize with and rise above the collective consciousness into my own alignment. It's my free will and choice to accept the alignment with my higher self, harmonize with the collective consciousness, harmonize with the agreements to fulfill my own destiny and my own purpose and my own alignment with the higher self. Very interesting, isn't it? I'll let you kind of work out your own affirmations there. I'm really getting a heart-based thing now because you worry about the governments and all that and what they're thinking. And there may be other things. I'm just using, the thing is we had to kind of ask this month to blend and harmonize with the collective consciousness and then ask the higher self to help you to rise above it. So when you might still have the government there that you oppose or the religious thing that you oppose or something in your country or town that you oppose, you find the alignment with yourself within all that, and that is a key to actually, what you might find then is once you find your own alignment, the things around you shift. See, we didn't realize we had this much power to actually change things with our own alignment, but just try it. So you're no longer saying, like you can say somebody's wrong, somebody's not doing the right thing, you're wrong, that's okay, but then a continued look at that they're doing wrong actually begins to take you out of your alignment because you're focused on what they're doing wrong. You're being affected by the mass consciousness. You need to find your own alignment, your own beliefs, and your own way through this. And that's the key to what's happening for this next few months of the year. Maybe we're going to see some more political changes or, changes on the earth where mass agreement people are going one way. For us to rise above it will help us shift to our own. Really, you're only finding your real truth and you're not getting affected by others. But my guides were calling this mass agreement, mass consciousness, harmonize with it, higher self. Please help us to harmonize with it and rise above. There was a little bit of fear in actually accepting and doing this one. It's my free will and choice to release any blocks or fears in relating to the mass consciousness and the higher consciousness. So I hope that's helped you. There's probably a lot more in that than just the brief 14 or 15 minutes that I've been talking about. I did bring a deck of cards with me on holidays. Angel Dreams by Doreen Virtue. I think Doreen Virtue's taken her name off all the cards because she's not doing them yet, but I'm still using them, as I said. So we're going to take pick a card from the Angel Dreams before I go. Yeah, I can start to feel that shift. There's a few agreements and mass consciousness beliefs there that's really affecting us, and it's time to sort of, clear them and get them out of the way so we can now form our stronger alignment. So you'd probably think, okay, if a government's in power that you disagree with, then that's going to take you out of alignment, isn't it? Because you think, well, I can't be in alignment until that government or whatever religious organisation becomes out of power. But no, you have to find your alignment while they're still in power, because you can't let those things affect you. So mass agreements, mass consciousness was affecting us, and now we're cleared it. Free will and choice to release any fear about clearing it. I asked my higher self to harmonize with these mass consciousness and mass beliefs, and then I asked my higher self to find my own alignment. Harmonize with it, because we don't want to oppose it too much. If we're opposing it, we're knocking ourselves off our alignment. Harmonize. I'm not saying we have to accept it. Harmonize with it. Okay, that's what they believe. Let me allow them to do what they need to do, and I need to now find my alignment. So we're being a little bit affected by the mass consciousness, and that will help us to find our own alignment. Isn't it exciting? I actually feel a bit of a relief, so we must have had some stuff there. Angel Dreams, I put them to my heart, bring down a column of white light around the cards, through the top chakras around the cards, helps you to harmonize and bond with the cards, and get more intuitive messages and guidance from the card that you choose. And I ask that the card that I pick is for the highest good for everybody watching, the highest good in love and light. I've been getting a lot of dreams lately, so I'm interested to see what comes up. Oh, dolphin, isn't that amazing? Because I'm up on the north of Australia, far north Queensland, and last time I was here I saw some dolphins. The dolphins is actually very powerful energy, and they're saying that the dolphins actually can connect you with a different star system. They're actually, which is very important for this time. It does sound the Sirius. They're very connected with the Sirius star system. So if that card's coming up, it says cosmic consciousness, breath, and sacred geometry. So the dolphin is a very powerful symbol. I'm wondering if we need to ask for the dolphins to connect to us. Ask for a dolphin to come into your dreams and just give you any healing or energy or guidance that you need. It's my free will and choice now to ask a dolphin guide, to come into my dreams to allow any healing that I need. Now, if you don't feel like you need to ask them to come into your dreams, you can listen to dolphin or whale music, and while you're listening to that, know that it's quite a powerful healing, and you could receive some sort of transmission of energy from the star system Sirius while you're actually listening to the dolphins. So if you can find any dolphin or whale music, especially dolphins, that noise that they make, while you're listening to that noise, ask to receive a transmission of energy from the star system Sirius. The dolphins are very powerful guides. You might even I think that will do. You can actually learn to communicate with dolphins a lot more than we realise first. They're actually very intelligent animals, and to get that symbol for this month's very powerful. It's very uplifting. It's almost like a beautiful energy coming through for everybody. So just listen to the dolphin or whale music. I assume it will be dolphin because we've got the dolphin card. Ask for the dolphin to enter your dreams. Some of you may actually be quite connected to Sirius and find that very powerful. Sirius is a star system that's actually sending energies and connecting more and more with Earth to help us on our to help us awaken our consciousness. So that might have something to do with the mass agreements too. Let me just check and see if there's anything else there with that card. I'm really excited about that coming up because I was actually only yesterday looking out, because we've got a view of the ocean here, and I was just wondering if perhaps we could see some dolphins again as we did last time. So Interesting. So I think that's all for now. Very powerful symbol. You may get a transmission of energy via the dolphin from the star system Sirius, through your dreams or just by listening to some dolphin or whale music. You can Google it and find it on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here now. Lovely to spend this time with you. I've enjoyed this month's reading. Let me just check there's nothing else. Well, we did a little bit of healing, in the first step. You may feel like you want to go out and ground yourself if it's not too cold out where you are. It's nice and sunny here. By touching something in nature like the ground, the trees, the grass, putting your feet in salt water, just to relax. We may have shifted a little bit more than we first realized with this change of consciousness healing this week. So just relax, rebalance yourself. If you're feeling a little tired, just take a nap. That means that you're processing and you just need to... sometimes you accept more of the healing through sleeping. So don't be surprised. Sometimes after you've watched this, you need a little nap. That's quite common. And drink plenty of water. And you may need to re-watch this a few times just so it clicks in, because I'm sort of putting the healing together as I'm told as well. So sometimes I go back and listen to it, and I can feel something lift off my shoulders from that consciousness healing. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to leave you here now. Lovely to spend this time with you. I've enjoyed doing this reading while I'm away. I'll be back in my normal house, normal position for my readings next month. But anyway, anything else I need to tell you? I do have a workshop coming up this month. I think it's the 27th of August. It's the Unicorns Workshop. I'll put the link down below. It will be held in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales. I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday the 27th of August. Let me just check that date. When my calendar comes up here. Of course, when you want it, the calendar doesn't come up, does it? Let me just quickly check that date for that. Yes, Tuesday the 27th of August, I have a workshop about the unicorns. I'll leave the link there if you at all want to join me. Other than that, if you'd like to book a private session, you can do so through my webpage. We can get through quite a lot of healing in a private session. I can even send you transmissions of powerful energies from different star systems. I can help you to align with your higher self. I can clear blocks and restrictions that you may have in your life. I bring through the guides and they talk to you more directly to tell you what you need for your healing. So if you'd like a private session, please feel free to book through my webpage or send me a message on my Facebook page, Light Frequency Healing. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and write a comment what you may have experienced. Sometimes you need to take a while and come back and leave me a comment. If you need to send me any sort of questions, do so by my email address and I'll leave that there for you too. So, okay, I'm going to leave you here now. Lovely to spend this time with you. Don't forget to ground and have a nap if you need to, and we'll see you next month. Okay, lots of love and bye for now.